coming to y'all live, looking like a damn pirate. Just getting back from the gym, so don't mind the master's coming look, you know what I'm saying? Why is she getting head in the woods, bro? Like, what about this is YA? They felt like he was sinister, or oh, he's too nice, or whatever. It's just you not having trust in men, which I understand. You know, you should trust no man. When she was younger, a fairy showed up and was like, hey, your mama owe me a debt. Give me that soul, okay? Give me that soul immediately. Snatched it up. But he didn't get to fully snatch it up because her cousin came up. Her cousin came and upped the fee on the fairy. And then everyone just looking at her like she's just the apple of everyone's eye. She's not the apple of my eye. This was a 5-star prediction. Like, do I even know myself as a reader? Now I'm like having an existential crisis because I'm just like, why did I think this was gonna be a 5-star? I'm just hoping and praying and wishing and dreaming that this book is gonna bring us home, because I don't have any more in me. Lord be. Woo! What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up, y'all? Boy, it's been a minute since I did one of these, so I feel like we gotta dust some books off and just dive straight in. You know what I'm saying? We've had some success. We've done this twice and it has gone well. Let me do the introduction to my video. How about we do that? Hello, 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 booktubing world. It is I, Capri Nicole, and I'm back with another video. You know what I'm saying? Today we're gonna be doing another 5-star search. We have had 2 successful videos, and I feel like I should probably shut up right at that moment, right when I said that, because I don't want to jinx it. I just want to have just chill vibes. But I know my reading taste, and I know what I'm gonna like and what I'm not gonna like. But you know, sometimes you read synopsis and the author just kind of throw the wool over your eyes and make you think something is gonna be, and it ain't that. Whatever you think it's gonna be, it ain't that. Sometimes that happens.
Several months later.
Depending on how this goes, this will end up being a 5-star or a 4-star. And I'm here to tell you, it's neither, actually. That's the crazy part.
Thousands of tears later.
This is a big flop, because I was holding off on this book because I was so sure that I was gonna love this. I am so disappointed by that. I am so disappointed. Like, wow. I think our lucky streak has come to a screeching halt. But so far so good. We've done 2 of these videos, so I'm excited. Like, I'm excited to continue. So why don't we just dust off some books? So I have 3 books right here on our TBR. Y'all gonna know how long this video take me, because you're gonna see how many times my hair changes. If it's a success, then it's gonna be, you guys are gonna know based off of how long the video is and if I keep one hairstyle. But if it's an extended video, y'all gonna know, because my hairstyle's gonna change. Like, I could never drag out a video for longer than like 2 months and nobody know about it, because the hair be different, and we rolling into wig season, so that's gonna be very telling. But let's talk about the books that are on my TBR. So there's 3 books on my TBR. Are these all fantasy? These are all fantasy books, so this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. Fantasy is my favorite genre, child. So the first one we have is Amari and the Night brothers. Now, this book took the world by storm. Everybody lived, laughed, loved it. It is like a lot of people's favorites. So the second one is even better, and I've been wanting to read it, and I just have not yet. There's no excuse. I don't know why. I just haven't picked it up yet. I've been got a copy of this book. I don't know what I've been doing, but it ain't been reading. It ain't been reading, I'm gonna tell you that. So this book is following the main character named Amari, and I was about to say, what's her name? Girl, be for real. Anyway, it's following the main character. Her name is Amari, and her brother goes missing, and she doesn't think that he's like 100% missing. She's determined to figure out where her brother is, and she happens upon a magical school, and it just goes from there. Any book with a magical school, you asking for a 5-star. You really are asking for a 5-star. The last video I did, I read a book during that video that had a magical school, and it got 5 stars. The Marvelers. If you haven't read it, please go check it out. It's really good. You asking for a 5-star with the magical school. You know what I'm saying? And I already know the book community loves this damn book. So we start kicking it off with a promising read. The next book on our TBR is Half a Soul. Now, this is another well-beloved book in the book community. I haven't heard anyone say they didn't like it, but this book is basically, I've heard the comparison, or it's basically been compared to like Bridgerton meets who? I don't remember what this was compared to. I could have sworn they said it was like Bridgerton meets something, but it's basically a fairy world that's very Regency and very Bridgerton-esque. And one thing about me, I love Bridgerton. I love just that whole era. I actually did a post on my Instagram a while ago that was like my favorite era, something like that. My favorite like era mood board, and it was like the Regency era with like the poofy dresses and just the over-the-top extraness. I loved that edit that I did. I just always look at that one sometimes like, wow, this really just ate down. And so this one is basically following Faye but in a Bridgerton setting, and I've heard it's very interesting. Like I told y'all, whenever it's a book that I'm really interested in, I just simply mute. I don't be wanting to know everything, and booktubers be giving way too much away. It's on the back of the book. It don't be on the back of the book. Some of y'all be lying. It don't be on the back of the book. Like, you can't read half the book and then tell me half of the book that you done read and then say something on the back of the book. Like, girl, come on now. Anyway, so I don't know too much about it, but I know it got like scissors or something like that in it, and she's like betrothed to somebody. Child, I don't know, but all I know is it ticked all my boxes and it sounded really promising. It sounded like something that I really would like. So that's the second book on our TBR. The third book on our TBR, just in case, child, we don't know how this gonna go, is The Shadowed Sun. This is the second book in a series, in a duology. So it's the second book in a duology, the Dreamblood duology, and I read the first book, The Killing Moon. I loved that book. It had everything I wanted in it. It didn't even have morally gray characters. The characters were just dark. There was no gray tint to them, no possibility of hope. They were just hungry for power, and just listen, I loved it. Like, N.K. Jemisin really wrote their butt off with this one. Absolutely loved it. And the hunger for power in this book, in the first book, it just fell off the page, and it just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it basically is following a world that deals with magic in a way that is connected to dreams. So there's like dream blood, there's dream seed, there's dream something else. There's all these different types of magical, quote unquote, abilities, because it's not like magical like wizards and stuff. It's more like magical like powers. You know what I'm saying? Like ancient powers, religious ancient powers. And then you have these groups of people whose job it is to like basically like assassinate people, but they have like a gentler way of saying it. But they going around slaughtering folks, but because they're a part of like a religious practice and they're called onto it and it's their job, it's not really seen as corrupt, but it is corrupt. And it just gets even more corrupt. Like, the way it kicks off is just like, once you catch your foot in with the book and you know what's going on, it just, oh my god, that book is so hard to explain, but it is so good and it's so underrated. I have not heard anybody talk about that damn book. Loved it. So I'm really excited to see what the second one is about. Well, it's still fresh in my brain. I think I read it a couple years ago, but which is crazy to say. I can't believe it's been 2 years, but yeah. So I read it a couple years ago and I loved it. So I'm hoping that I like the second one as well, and the way that it closes out. So that's what our TBR is looking like. I'm gonna start with, I really want to start with Half a Soul, but I think I better do right by Amari, because I've been holding off for too long with this book. I need to read her book first. So I'm gonna read Amari and the Night Brothers first. I'll keep y'all updated, child. What if I be the one person that don't like this book? I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. It's not even a possibility. Like, we got my girl on the front cover with her fro out. Like, ain't no way I ain't about to like this book. Okay, I ain't even gonna sweat it. Okay, that's our TBR. I will see y'all in the next clip. Okay, bye. Okay, y'all, I'll put my glasses on so I can see y'all. So I finished Amari and the Night Brothers, and I come bearing, you guessed it, bad news. Okay, I come bearing bad news. I'm trying to think of where to start with this. Wow, okay. I feel like I missed my mark with this book. I feel like I don't remember what year this book came out, but I feel like maybe I missed my mark because there was a time period where we were like starving for black girls in magic, and it kind of was like a huge lack thereof. I feel like as of recently, within the past like couple of years, we've gotten more of that, thank God. But I feel like I missed the hype train for this. Like, you know how some books get hyped and the hype makes it a better experience? I'm feeling like that's what this was here. You know what I'm saying? I am gonna start by saying, I know this is a middle grade book. It's like for ages 8 to 12 or whatever, but I read a lot of middle grade books and love them, okay? I love The Marvelers, gave that 5 stars. I loved Onyeka, gave that 5 stars. There was another middle grade book that I read that was set in New Orleans and it was magical. I gave that 4 stars. I loved them. But this, bro, I'm so sad to say it. I was on the verge of hating this. I was on the verge of hating this. Like, if it was like a scale of 1 to 10, if I got to like a 2, that means I hated it. I was at like a 4. So I was like 2 notches away from absolutely hating this book. I wasn't hating it, but I was definitely rolling my eyes a lot listening to this. So let me tell y'all my gripes with this book. Okay, so it just, it's a few things. So it's so interesting to me when parents just fall off the face of the earth just for the plot, you know what I'm saying? Like when they go to like a magical school and their parents just don't check on them, aren't concerned. You know, I know her mom's in the working class and she works double, triples, quadruples, whatever, day in the hood. I know how it be, but my black mom would never fall off the face of the earth, especially even when I'm in camp. Like if she has any way to contact me, she's gonna get in contact with me. So it's always funny to me whenever there's books that follow a group of kids or follow kids specifically as the main characters and their parents just fall off the face of the earth. Like I need them to make appearances here and there, because it's like that's their child. Like there's no way that you're doing all this in another world and your mama ain't concerned about you. Like there's no way. Oh, you at camp. Oh, so you at camp and her other kid just went missing. Don't you think that you would be a little bit more of a hovering parent if one of your kids just went missing, y'all still can't find him, and then your other kid go to the same camp? I'm not sending my kids to the same camp that my child went to and went missing. Like what are we talking about? Like I know he didn't go missing at that camp, but it's like, I don't know, that, and it just read so young. I feel like this read like how if Disney wrote a book if Disney wrote a book, this is how they would explain their magical system. I feel like this would translate better on screen. I would love to see it as a Disney original, you know what I'm saying? It definitely gives me the Disney original vibes. It just feels very childish, and it's like, duh, Capri, that's the point. It's a children's book. But I just listed 4 other children's books that did not feel childish, and I gave all of them 4 and 5 stars. So I don't want to hear it. This one, let me cook, okay? Let me cook. This one just felt very young. A lot of the characters were very stereotypical. Like there was a main character, he was like a detective or something like that, and he just kept saying like, oh, give this, oh, hey kid, give this so many shakes, or hey, just I'll see you in a shake or whatever. Like no one talks like that. No one talks like that. No one talks like that. No one says, hey kid, give it a few, I'll see you in a few shakes. And I feel like the way that he was talking, it was because he was a detective, and that slang, that like Italian-ish slang that you see in movies or whatever with detectives or people, like older movies, stuff like that. He felt very much like an old movie detective with the way that he was talking, and it was driving me crazy. Then we had another main character, her name was Red, and she just kept saying yee, yay, yee, yay, whatever. Another very, just the way that the characters were talking to fit into what they were supposed to be was kind of what was annoying me. Then you got the best friend that's geeky and so good with technology, like every magical book. Child, that's every book. They always got the main character her best friend always into technology every time. They gonna do that every single time. And oh my god, what else? Like, I have issues with main characters that are so like wimpy. I don't like wimpy main characters, and this is a perfect example of a wimpy main character. Like, you know, there are some people that are not confrontational, you know what I'm saying? Everybody isn't gonna, you know, up the fight on somebody that's trying them. But at some point, I need you to get the reins, sister. Especially if this is a book and she's a main character. At what point is she gonna power up on these guys? Like, there were small moments, but it just like, I just hate wimpy main characters because it just aggravates me. Listening to someone cower in a corner, I can't do it. I simply can't do it. Like, I get that she was brought into a world that she was unfamiliar with and stuff like that, but just being in her head, it was low-key driving me crazy. The Marvelers, she was getting the shit bullied out of her, but she was powering up. Like, she was like, listen, I don't care if none of y'all like me, y'all ain't about to disrespect me. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm about. And that's why I bought the book physically. That's why I'm sitting over there now and it got 5 stars, because I loved that main character. I just loved her drive. And another issue that I have with main characters, another issue that I have with magical schools is like the chosen one trope. Like, I feel like as we got more vetted into like magical system, magical schools, blah blah, whatever, more people started realizing how much they hate main characters that are like the chosen ones, where they just happen upon magic and they're just so amazing at it, but they're clumsy and they don't know what the hell is going on. Everybody's like praising them or whatever. There's no work behind it. I like to see my main characters, even if you happen upon really powerful magic, I like to see them put in that work. I want to see you learning about, you know, who you are, whatever. I feel like she did grow, because in the beginning of the book she got like a 4 on a test, and then at the end she had like high marking. So, you know, obviously magically she did grow, she did learn things, but I didn't see that. Like, really, I didn't really see her behind the scenes like growing her magical abilities. Everybody was just talking about how amazing her power is, and I'm just like, huh? Like, what? I don't like main characters that just happen upon magic and everybody's just praising them about having this amazing magical ability and there was no work put in behind that, like, whatsoever. Like, and even though I just finished this book like a couple days ago and it's already just slipping from my mind. Like, it's very, I don't remember it. I remember it, but it's very forgettable. Unfortunately, it's very forgettable. I did like some of the magical things, like the talking elevators. I really liked that. I thought they were hilarious. And is that it? I think that's it. I simply, it just was just too, it was like too stereotypical between the characters and then her being from the wood. Like, you know how many projects there are? Like, between me being in Connecticut and me being in Atlanta, I can name like 10 different projects. A few of them I lived in, and it just, like, I don't know, it's just something about I know I'm being picky, but it's just her city being called the wood. I don't know what it is about that, just annoyed me. Like, the wood, the hood, it's just too close. It's just, I don't know, she could have named it anything else. Like, anything else. The villains felt very very much Disney, you know what I'm saying, very much Disney villain muhaha haha vibes. Like, I know, yes, I know you guys are just writing your paragraphs right now. Capri, it's a children's book, you doesn't have to, I don't care. You know how many children's books I've read that I absolutely loved? Aplenty. I named 4 of them before I started my rant, so I don't want to hear it. Like, the Disney villain felt very, the villain felt very Disney, and everything was just so predictable, and I just simply did not care. I didn't care. I really didn't care. The only thing I liked was like how her brother was trying to communicate with her. I liked that because he would find little special ways to hide things, and like she had to find it, whatever. And then I liked her, you know, being able to come back to the real world and see the magical beings that were always there. I liked that. Love the cover. The cover eats down. I like the chapter markers. The chapter markers I like because it has like little pictures. Yeah, I like the chapter markers. It just gives, you know, for the kids, you know what I'm saying, for the children. But not for me. Not for me. Not for me. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, it's not much to say, but I was on the verge of really not liking this book, and I really was scratching my head, just simply scratching my big ass dome, wondering why everybody was foaming at the mouth over this book, because I've read so many other black middle grade books that were so much better than this. Like, I wish this author all the success. I hope she gets every penny she can get from everyone that reads this. Reparations, more power to her. Love seeing black people in success. I'm pretty sure it's a female. I'm not sure, but it just, I don't see what y'all see. Like, show me. I don't see what y'all see. Please show me, because what was this? What was this? Like, when I felt like I was slowly starting to dislike the book, I was like, oh no, this is not happening to me, because I kept looking at this book and giggling because I just knew I was gonna love it. I was a little bit nervous, like I am with all hype books, but I just knew somewhere in my soul that I was gonna love this book, and I simply could not give less of a shit. I will probably read the second book to see if it gets better. Everyone was losing their minds over this book, and I simply felt like I took my brain and put it in acid. Like, it just read so, you know what, I would recommend this to children. I would recommend this to children, and obviously this is a children's book, so maybe my gripes hold no validation, but I'm just telling you how I feel and how I felt when I was reading this book. I don't give a damn about none of this. Like, I could not give less of a damn, but I will be reading the second book to see if it gets better. If not, then it is what it be. So that's it, y'all. Child, 14 minutes. Y'all already know how I get down when it comes to books that I don't like. I'm going to speak my mind. Like, it's gonna happen. So now that I've eaten up Amari and the Night brothers, I am so disappointed by that. I am so disappointed. Like, wow. I think our lucky streak has come to a screeching halt, because the first book we read, I was on the verge of hating. Honestly, what's crazy is every time I do one of these videos, I end up finding a 5-star book. I just read a book that I feel like is like a full 0.5. So it was almost a 5-star, but I'm not gonna cheat this time. I'm not gonna cheat this time. I'm going to actually count the books that I have on my TBR, which was the book that I gave 4.5. Y'all have already seen it. They're Vicious Games. Really enjoyed that, but it's not a part of the TBR for this video, so I'm not gonna cheat this time. We're gonna move on to the next book, which is Half a Soul. So Half a Soul is next on the docket. Oh, this is it. Okay, it's under 300 pages afterward. Okay, 280. This is short. Okay, period. But damn, these pages are filled from top to bottom. But I'm excited to read this. Everyone says it's like Bridgerton meets like a fairy world. So that's all I need. Those are hit words for me. We're gonna start Half a Soul and hope for the best. Okay, I'm thinking of another book to add to this TBR just in case this just keeps going, but I don't want to get to the point where I get tired of this video. So hoping for the best with this one. See y'all in the next clip. Bye. What's up, y'all? Okay, it's been a minute since I've shown this video love, but I did not forget about it. So the next 2 5-star predictions that I had on my docket were the Starlight Bender and Half a Soul. Now, it is Now 2024, and my challenge for this year is only reading fantasy books. So I'm gonna have to find a 5-star within a fantasy book, and who knows what'll happen. So I just had assistance with these 2 books. I had them be held behind Nico's back, and I did it with these 2 books and a 3rd book, and I kept getting half a soul. And all day at work, I was thinking about half a soul. So I'm feeling like half a soul is calling to me, and it's my time. So this one isn't too long, honestly. It's only 280 pages, just under 300. So it'll probably take me a month. Honestly, this year I'm reading slow. I'm just making reading my hobby again, and just making it something peaceful and relaxing. So I'm gonna read for about 45 minutes, an hour, just to get my feet wet in the world, see how it is, and I will update y'all in the next clip, okay? Bye. Okay, here is the ambiance music we're gonna be listening to start Half a Soul. And it is taking a nap in a room, cozy fireplace, ASMR, sleeping and studying. I think it says with Howl's Moving Castle. That's the vibes. Let me go back so y'all can see. Like, I be having the best recommendations. Yeah, sleeping, studying with Howl's Moving Castle. I be having the best recommendations. The mushroom one is my favorite. This is one of my favorites too. But YouTube be doing a big one with these recommendations. Once I tapped in and showed them what I like, they be giving me great recommendations. So let's get into it. These are snacks. Supposed to be aesthetic, but these are snacks. O-Tube. I get these from H Mart. Fire. Like, if you haven't had these and the turtle chips are my favorite. Turtle chips and O-Tubes are fire, okay? But let's get into the book, okay? I don't wanna miss no pages. Am I supposed to read this? I like Dora already, okay. Okay, we got a little thesaurus. No dedication? No dedication. I like the dedications. Maybe it's after the prologue. No dedication. Wow. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so if you see how dusty my steering wheel is, just disregard. Okay, so I just got off work and I'm on my way to the gym, so I figure I will give you guys an update. I am 60 pages into Half a Soul, and I love it, child. I love the cousin bond. I love the little sprinkles of magic. I love the main character, Dora. Like, in the beginning, where she was, like, basically attacked by a fairy, and he attacked her. He tried to take her soul, but he wasn't successful because the cousin came up to file on him and stabbed his ass with some scissors, so he only took half of her soul. Now she got 2 different color eyes. She don't really have that many emotions, and she just weird. She just be saying the most random weird. She has like no sense of like filter or like understanding of like, I don't know, just like the basics. So I love it. Like, and then she's met this lord who is also, he's magical and he's very rude, and I don't know, he's like her but more blunt, and I just love their back and forth. Like, he is so damn rude. It couldn't be me because he would have got cracked across the head, but he is funny to me, child. Like, I think he's funny, I think she's funny, and I'm just enjoying both of them together. Honestly, it's definitely giving what is it called, Bridgerton. It's definitely giving Bridgerton. I don't know, I'm loving the setting. I haven't got the 5-star tingles yet, but we can still be hopeful. we'll see how it goes. I want to get further into it, but I feel like if I just get one scene that just give me them 5-star tingles, it'll push it over the edge. But right now, I feel like it's gonna be like a full star, unless something weird happens where it get knocked down to a 3, or something cool happens where it gets bumped up to a 5. So honestly, we just will have to wait and see what happens. Like, I don't know. I'm loving it. I hope it keeps going well, and I'm interested to see like if there's gonna be like a romance aspect in it. And now he's basically like a scientist, and he's also a machinist, so he like builds things, and he's decided that he's going to study her because he wants to understand like how she lost half her soul. So now they're going to be spending more time together, and I'm just here for it. So that's the update I have for y'all. I will see you in the next clip when I'm not driving. Okay, bye. Okay, don't mind the hair. I'm in the process of a glow up, so not too much on my hair, but I need to come and update y'all. Because since the last clip, things have changed, and not in this book apparently. So I'm starting to hate this. I'm and I'm so upset about it. Like, last time I talked to y'all, I was like kicking off the book, maybe like 50 pages in, you know, not too far in. Now I'm like 80% into this book. I got like 3 hours left to read, and I'm starting to hate it, because let me tell you why. This book is boring. This book is boring as hell, and I don't know. I think, okay, let's start from the beginning. I think what I was enjoying the most from the beginning was the banter. I like the banter between both of them, because what's his name? No, Lord Sorcerer. Yeah, Lord Sorcerer. He's a magician. He has the magical abilities, magical powers. He's also into studying things, learning about things. So he has like a little bit of a touch of a scientist, a little bit of a touch of a magician. It's like a mix. And he's rude as hell. He's rude because he feels like everybody around him is wearing frilly dresses and worrying about marriage and worrying about this and worrying about that, when there's a war going on and people are starving, and there's kids missing, and there's poverty. So he sees all that firsthand. He also served in the military and fought in the war. So he is just like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why y'all are all dressed up and worried about the latest gossip when there's people dying in the street. So he's just rude to everybody because he's just over the fake niceness, the fake pretending that nothing's happening around them. He's sick of it. So understandably so, he's rude to everybody. Dora has a lack of emotions because when she was younger, a fairy showed up and was like, hey, your mama owe me a debt. Give me that soul, okay? Give me that soul immediately. Snatched it up. But he didn't get to fully snatch it up because her cousin came and upped the fine on the fairy, and she stabbed him with these scissors, and so he only got half her soul. But when he took half her soul, he took half of her emotion. She's very numb to feeling upset or feeling sad or feeling anxious or feeling anything, really. She got 2 different color eyes. Everybody thinks she's weird. She's very blunt, whatever. I enjoyed her character in the beginning. I enjoyed Lord Sorcerer's character in the beginning. But baby, we're almost at the end of the book. Can we pick up the pace? Because we're talking about the same like we're talking about the same stuff. Like, my thing was, okay, it gave me the Bridgerton feel, it gave me the banter, it gave me a good backstory on whatever. We kept touch and go with like magic, we kept touch and go with like the fairy realm, but we would never fully dive in. Like, we would stay in the same setting, like we're still in the like Bridgerton-esque setting, and I thought at some point they would transfer over to the fairy world. And I have less than 100 pages left. Maybe like, I don't even know, maybe like 60, 70 pages left. We still haven't got there. I feel like the chapter I'm in right now, things are about to start kicking off, but we're too far into the book for things to just now be kicking off. Like, I feel like more fairies are going to be introduced, the fairy realm is going to be introduced more, but I just feel like it just dragged for too long, and it started really boring me, and I'm just like, okay, what is the point of all this? Like, what is the point? And then Lord Sorcerer is seen as like this chivalrous man because he's just saving all these orphans and he cares about all the poor and whatever, and it's just like, I get that, but speed it up, because it's like, this book isn't really that long. It's only like 260 pages. And the fact that we're still in the same place doing the same talking about the same stuff. I'm just like, bro, we've already covered all this stuff. We've already covered that everybody thinks she's weird. We already covered that her aunt don't like her. We've already covered that they're both rude to each other. We've already covered that. We're touching on like a little bit of a romantical aspect, but I even feel like that was like jumped out of nowhere. But it's kind of cute, but I really don't feel, I didn't really feel the build up with them. It just was like they had a banter, and then when they have slow moments, and then all of a sudden they just like doing googly eyes at each other, and I didn't see the bridge for the switch for that. So unfortunately, I'm over it. Like, I'm just ready for the book to be, I'm at the point where I'm just ready for the book to be done. Okay, I'm gonna be finishing this today, but it's not looking good, y'all. It's not looking good. I will see y'all next time because my battery, I will see y'all in the next clip because my battery is currently flashing at me, but it's not looking good right now. Hopefully by the end it gets better. Okay, bye. Okay, little island. I have finished Half a Soul. Oh, don't mind this bookmark. I finished Half a Soul. I probably had like 3 hours left in the book. I had like 3 hours left in the book. I just listened to it on audio on Spotify. Baby, she's been coming in clutch. Okay, so I listened to that, and child, I'm trying to think of how to even, I could not have been, honestly, it had everything that I wanted it or expected it to, but the plot line of him being like this orphan savior, I didn't care about. The plot of like children going to sleep and being taken into fairyland was interesting because I like when authors play on fairies and fae being dark and twisted, because a lot of authors like to make them seem magical and sweet and whatever, which is fine as well. But a lot of folklore, fae and fairies are mischievous, and they have rules that they make you go back on in order to take control. They're very dark, they're very manipulative, they're very twisted. So I like when books and when authors take a play on that. But I think my issue with this book, I explained enough in the last clip, but it just didn't have enough magic in it. Like, the Bridgerton vibes were definitely there, but I feel like we dealt too much with the Bridgerton vibes, and it was like a sprinkle of magic. I think Riley Marie mentioned in one of her videos, she was explaining the book like a house, and I'm going to explain it the same way. So this book felt like a historical, what is it called? What are these called? Whatever these books are called. These types of books. Historical romance? I think it's historical romance. So it felt like a historical romance book, Bridgerton setting, and then the basement was the magic, but the door was closed and only 2 people had a key to it. Like, that's exactly what this book was. Like, it was only sprinkles and dashes of magic. Like, I thought it was gonna be, I don't know, more fantastical, like maybe like further into the series when they're in the land of the Fae, it'll get more interesting. But baby, it was a little bit boring, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, the backstory of the character was interesting, the setting of the characters was interesting, there was a diverse cast, we had a character with a disability. I really wanted to see more of him, and another character dealing with trauma from a war that he served in. But it just didn't have enough magic. I feel like if somehow the first half of the book was more Bridgerton vibes, and then somehow she ended up in the world of the Fae, and it was more of that, because I feel like the last like 20-30 pages of the book, she was in the world of the Fae, and that was interesting to me. Like, if it was more like more of that, I don't know, I just got kind of bored. This is a big flop, because I was holding off on this book because I was so sure that I was gonna love this, because it had all the hit words, and then it wasn't even that long. So I'm like, okay, this author is not gonna drag this out, and we have 2 main characters that aren't like super sweet. Like, I like when main characters aren't super sweet. I do love a golden retriever male main character, but I like when there's 2 like semi grumpy or like semi-morally great character. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. It just didn't work for me. And it's not a 4-star. It's damn sure not a 5-star. The fact that this was a 5-star prediction, like, do I even know myself as a reader? Now I'm like having an existential crisis because I'm just like, why did I think this was gonna be a 5-star? But this ain't a 4-star, this ain't a 5-star, and I low-key don't even think it's a 3-star. I feel like a 3 is too high for me, because I feel like a 3 would be like middle ground. And for like half of the book, I was kind of enjoying it, but I still feel like a 3 is too high. Like, I feel like it's more like a 2.75. Oh, I feel like it's more of like a 2.75. Like, my. This video, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. The first time I did this, the first book that I read was a 5-star. The second time I did this, second book that I read was a 5-star. This is the third book that I've read. No, this is the second book that I've read. So if we're following a numerical order, the next book that I read should be a 5-star, please. Or y'all are gonna, this video never gonna see the light of day. Because this being a 2.75 and me thinking it was gonna be a 5-star is embarrassing. Okay? But we move. I have another book on my TBR that I think is gonna be 5 stars, and it's solely based off of the cover and the vibes and the plot, the synopsis of the book. I have not read anything by this author. I have no reason to even believe that this is gonna be a 5-star book, but when I look at it, when I look at this book, it gives me hope. It gives me hope that this video will come to an end very soon. And I really hope that that comes true. Because if not this, then I don't know what else. Like, I don't know where we go after this. Because I would like to read a book that's on my shelf. So, oh my goodness, y'all. Amari and the Night Brothers being a flop and Half a Soul being a flop is crazy to me. Like, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Not I. But okay, I'm trying to look on my shelves and see what other fantasy books I feel like will be 5 stars, since I've already read 2 books. This is gonna be the next one. I don't know, none of these are giving me 5-star vibes. None of these are giving me 5-star vibes. My god, I'm like looking and looking. None of these books are honestly giving me 5-star vibes, except maybe I can think of 2. So this is gonna be the next book on our TBR. I'm going to wait. Come on, focus, baby. What are we doing? Come on, hello, eyes on me. So this is gonna be the next book on our TBR. I don't have any reason to believe this is gonna be a 5-star other than vibes and the cover, and the synopsis is unique. Next would be The Fires of Vengeance, which is the second book in the Rage of Dragon series. I've been holding off on this because I've been waiting for the author to announce the 3rd book. He has held that off for like 2 years. So at this point, I just need to read it. And I believe I gave the first book 5 stars. It was either 5 stars or 4 stars, but I loved the first one. And Aaron really loved this book as well. And we have similar reading tastes. Like, our reading taste is like maybe like 7.5 out of or /8 in similarities, and she said the second one is even better. So this will be my next prediction. And then there's also this one, which is called Ferryman, and this is basically following the gatekeeper of like death, where people like he guards the gate for people that die, and she ends up dying and she falls in love with him. So this could be promising. I feel like it's unique, but you know, obviously all the books that I own I'm excited for, but they don't give me 5-star vibes. So I'm gonna have to scrub my TBR. There are so many new books coming out this year, so if this video drags on for too long, I might be able to grab some of the books that are coming out in 2024 and add them to TBR, but it's not looking good, y'all. So we'll see how it goes. I will update y'all when I get into this book. Fingers crossed. See you in the next clip, okay? Bye. Okay, y'all. Okay, so as I was thinking about this, I kind of was like, what am I doing? Because I have not read anything by this author, and for me to go into this thinking that this is gonna be a 5-star book just because of the cover, baby, we don't have time to waste. This video has gone on long enough, and we don't have time to play those type of games. So I'm gonna pause her for now because I am enjoying it, but I've never read anything by this author, so it's like, girl, what are you doing? Like, maybe later on in the book. I feel like this is giving me 4-star vibes. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a 4-star, which is still not a 5. So we're gonna pause her for now, and I have 2 books that I feel like are gonna be my saving grace. Okay, so the first one we have is The Fires of Vengeance, and this is the second book in the Rage of Dragons I don't think it's duology. I think it's like a trilogy or whatever now, but it's in the second book in the series. And the first book I gave 5 stars. So I'm hoping that that just trickles on down to the second book. Not really sure. Not really sure. But I have started it. I am enjoying it. I need to get deeper into it to actually know what the hell's going on. And then I have the Our Island pick for March, which is Lore of the Wilds. And this one, I just think it's going to be a 5-star because of the cover. Again, a stupid idea, but it's just something about this that just gives me the 5-star vibes. And then the back says, an abandoned library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lord who will do anything to get in, a brave human woman, a collector of stories, willing to risk it all for a taste of knowledge and power. Like, and people that have read this already have been loving this book. And some of them have very similar taste to me. And we have 3 black main characters on the cover of a book. One of them has dreads. So the other 2, the froze are out. To me, that's already 5 stars right there. So, you know, I don't know. But I'm thinking and I'm hoping one of these guys are going to save us. And if not, the search will continue. I don't know how long this video is going to go on, but together we shall. Together we shall. We shall accomplish this together. Okay? So we'll see how all that goes. I did want to update you guys on the animes I'm watching. I'm currently on episode 8 of Fruits Basket, and I'm just starting to think maybe I'm just not a romance girl, because they just had this man in a frilly dress. And I don't care about men or non-binary folks wearing dresses. I don't give a shit about that. But it's just something about how animes like to put men in women's clothes and then reflect on it as men in women's clothes and it being something that's cute. Like, if it's like something like Princess Jellyfish, that I don't care about that. I really don't care what anyone does, but the male main characters always seem so uncomfortable, and they're just, it's something about that is just so odd to me. It's like, why are y'all dressing him up as an infant girl? That's crazy. Like, to me, that's wild. If you want to put a dress on himself, then go for it. But he looked very uncomfortable, and I did not understand. It was very cringy. I didn't understand. I didn't understand what the hell was going on. But I'm on episode 8 of Fruits Basket, and I just want to know, when is it gonna get good? Because I put it down for a while because I really didn't care. I thought it was kind of funny because, like, once they started like shifting, like as the zodiac animals or whatever they were, that was funny. Like, and it really had a lot of really funny scenes. But the main character is what's my gripe with this anime. Like, she's so whiny. She's either crying or tripping or clumsily falling over something in every damn scene. And there's this trend on TikTok going on right now where it's like the girl that's just gonna be okay, where she's just like like happy about everything. I hate those types of main characters where they just like, and just like that everything worked out, or like that are just like, I hope this sounds so bad, but she's just grateful for everything. Like, I'm not saying it's bad to be grateful, but she's just like, if she tripped and fell and scraped her knee, she'd be like, oh, well, I'm grateful I didn't lose my leg, or I'm so happy that I didn't fall down the hill, I just fell down. Like, I'm so tired of her long prologues of like how amazing everything is, and then everyone just looking at her like she's just the apple of everyone's eye. She's not the apple of my eye. She's not the apple of my eye. She's giving very much plum. She's a plum to me. I'm not quite getting it, but I'm feeling like maybe as the anime gets further on, maybe it'll get better. But I'm really not a romance anime girl. Like, I don't really like them. Like, I prefer action, fantasy, and guns. So, or comedy even, like, or like really girly stuff, like witches that are like really girly, or like anything that's really cutesy, or like restaurant. But the romance ones, the deep breaths, the sighs, the like long prologues of love confessions, it just be too much for me. Like the heavy breathing, the like twinkle of the eye, the like, it's just too much. I'm hoping it gets better. I'm not sure. I actually do want to start Food Wars. But I know how that anime is, and I don't even think I could film that and put it in this vlog. But I do want to start Food Wars, and I do want to start Plunderer. So we'll see. But right now I'm doing another vlog. So I'm gonna go watch Jujutsu Kaisen and that vlog. But I just want to update you guys on the book situation we have going on with this 5-star search. We're still hopeful. I just had a book that was a 4.5, and it was The Lonely Castle in the Mirror. That ending was so phenomenal, but it wasn't a 5. It didn't give me the 5-star tingles. It was really a 4-star up until the end. The end gave it that half-star added on because the ending was so well done. It was so well done, and it was so sad. It made me cry, but it wasn't a 5-star, and it really wasn't a part of this video. I was gonna add it into this video, but I ended up not adding it in, and it ended up being a 4.5 star. So that's still really good. But yeah, I'm gonna head out, got things to do. So I will see you guys in the next clip. Okay, bye. Okay, y'all, so I come bearing good news. I am on chapter, what chapter am I on? I think I'm on 11. Let me see. Because I'm listening to the audiobook. Spotify is really that girl. Like, I don't know who Apple thinks they are, but they're not one of them. Yeah, I'm on chapter 11. I'm almost on 12. So I'll just say 12. So I'm almost on chapter 12 of Lore of the Wilds, and y'all, this book is just, it's giving me what I need. Like, it's going so great. It's basically following the main character. Her name is Lore, and the humans in this land are kind of like deprived and not respected. They're like the underdogs, and the fae and magical creatures hate them. So they're basically like outcasts. They live in shambles. And in the beginning of the book, something happens to where she's within the fae realms, and she just sees how much better they're living compared to like where she is from. And it's giving me everything I need. Like, we got foxes, we got hidden rooms, magical libraries, books that call to you, that you can call to and will answer. Like, she was calling for a specific type of book and it answered to her. And we got 3 main characters that are all black, and they're talking about their hair and worried about the type of creams they use for their hair. Like, they're seasoning their food. There's dumplings. Like, I love black people. I love my people, especially in fantasy books. Like, coily hair, dark skinned main character, and dumplings in a fantasy book. I never thought I would see the day, but here we are. Okay, so I did get a little 5-star tingle twice, and it really will depend on how, like, the direction that the story goes. But I just feel like it's missing like a magical creature, because now she's like basically working in this library that was locked from the fae, and they don't have access to it. So they decided to bring her into the library to clean it up and go through the artifacts and stuff like that. And she's finding out more and more about the fae people. She's finding out more about her people, and she's found this book that's magical and has been calling to her and telling her like truths and showing her things. And it's just giving me what I need. Like, it's just giving me what I need. Like, the main character, she don't take nobody's shit, okay, and she stands up for herself as best she can. Her bodyguard is this fae that he's a lower class deer fae, so he has like antlers and he has like earth magic, so he has like the power to like, I just love earth magic. Earth magic and fire are like my two favorite magical abilities. So anytime there's like witches or something involved where there's like earth magic or like something with flowers or plants or whatever, I eat it up every time. And this man has an eyebrow slash, like an eyebrow slash and a curly bun. You're in trouble, sister. You're in for the long haul, okay? But yeah, I'm just so interested to see what she uncovers. There's clearly been like some hidden things that she's finding out about slowly, and if the pacing is really well done. Like, we didn't spend too much time in her town, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is just like happening at the right pace. Like, okay, we're doing this, okay, we're doing that, okay, we're doing this. But I just feel like it's missing, I feel like it's missing like a magical creature or something like fantastical. Like, even if she gets like a sidekick that's a fox, or like, I was hoping like with it, I think it was like chapter 9, I was like thinking that the books would start talking. Like, I need one of these authors to do their big one and make some books start talking, because they keep doing all these books with like magical, cozy, beautiful libraries, but I need the books to be magical and also have a personality. Like, I need them to talk and be funny and be interesting. Like, books can be side characters too, you know what I'm saying? Sidekicks, you know what I'm saying? I would love to see a book with a personality, and I just was hoping that a book would come to life while she was there. But yeah, it's just a lot of underlying hidden things, and depending on the direction that this book goes, it's either going to be a 4-star or it's going to be a 5-star. I did get a couple of 5-star tingles, but not consistently, so we really just have to see where this goes. Yeah, so basically that's basically the setting, is like her dealing with this locked library, and she's just there and she's found this magical room. It's just giving me just I love a cozy moment. Like, I love a cozy book, and it's just giving me what I need. But I need some type of like side character or something. Like, it's just missing that little fantastical element of like a little sidekick. Give me a talking fox or something. A talking fox, a talking book, a talking tree. I'll take a talking tree. I'll take a talking tree. I don't give a damn. But we need something. Like, we're missing that little just lightness to it, because yeah. And I also really like the main character, Asher. I really like him. I like him a lot, and I'm just wondering where this story is going to go. Like, I want to know where we're going with this. Like, I would love to find out. Like, I need to find out. So that's my update. Still reading this. I'll probably end up finishing it tomorrow or the day after that. I'm really enjoying my time with this, and I really wanted to sit down and read it physically, but when I saw that Spotify had the audiobook, and then I was kind of vibing with the audiobook, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. Yeah, so yeah, I'm really enjoying this, like, a lot. Is there something under? And there's also like mentions of like starlight, and I love anything that mentions stars and moons, and it's just giving me all of my favorite things like meshed into one. So I'm interested to see what direction this book's gonna go, but I will keep you guys posted. Okay, see you in the next clip. Bye. Okay, y'all, it's a lot of green going on over here, but I'm making something new. I'm making a sushi bowl. Vegetarian sushi bowl, because as you guys know, I'm back vegetarian for the next 2 years. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do 2 years. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys I'm assembling it. So I'm gonna shred some tofu, and I have edamame. Well, yeah, I have edamame. So I have edamame. I'm gonna shred tofu, put this together. Got some cream cheese, avocado, got some sriracha, you know what I'm saying? And then I also got rice seasoning, which I'm gonna sprinkle on the top, and I'm gonna like scoop with some wasabi seaweed. So I'll do like little mini scoops. So it'll be like sushi rolls, but like assembled in a bowl. So I think it's gonna come out really good. And I also have sweet potato fries over her on the side, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we getting into. I'll show you guys when it's assembled. Okay, y'all, here's how we looking. So I mashed up edamame, I shredded tofu, and I chopped up cucumbers, and I put seasoning in it, and then I put the rice seasoning that I showed you guys, sriracha, is it amino acids? It's basically soy sauce, just healthier, less sodium, and avocado. And then, like I told you guys, I'm gonna scoop it, like instead of a spoon, I'm gonna scoop it with the wasabi seaweed sheets. And then I got some sweet potatoes, you know what I'm saying? This was fun to make. I hope it tastes good. What's up, y'all? I just came back from the gym, so don't mind the mass is coming look, you know what I'm saying? But I come bearing interesting news. Let's just say that. I come bearing some interesting news. Where are my earrings? Because hell no. Okay, that's a little bit better. Alright, so let's talk about it. Let's just dive straight in. I don't even know how to say this, but I am so disappointed in this book. Like, the last clip I came to y'all, I was so excited. I felt like it was going to be 5 stars. I got like a couple 5-star tingles. I'm like, maybe, depending on how this goes, this will end up being a 5-star or a full star. And I'm here to tell you, it's neither, actually. That's the crazy part. It's actually neither. It's not a 4-star or a 5-star. Sadly, this is like a 3-star. Or like not even a 3.5, not a 3.25, a 3. I was having such a great time. In the first half of this the first half of this book, I was having a great time. I love the main characters. I love the mix, diversity, the black main characters, just the slow mixings of black culture and a fantasy book. It's gonna serve for me every time. The political intrigue was interesting. It seemed like there was some hidden magical abilities. The humans were completely disregarded by the Fae and disliked by the Fae, and just you know, they were basically in a world, they were basically in a different city where they were like financially struggling, fighting for their lives. The poor and then the Fae are all like royalty, whatever. And the Fae within their own realms have their own hierarchies. But let's deep dive into what this book is about. So this book is basically following the main character. Her name is Lore, and like I said, she living in the shambles. Like, she living in the ghetto. Humans are not well loved or well treated at all in this world. But she just like, you know, I'm just here to hang out with my family, take care of the orphans, blah blah blah. And when she was younger, she always had this idea that she would leave her city and she would explore and learn more about her people, because there would be like childhood stories and fairy tales that was told to her that would allude to the fact that her people, the humans within this city, have some type of lineage or history generations back that tie into magic. And a lot of it ties into like celestial magic, like moons and stars. And I'm tuned in because that's a little bit unique. That's a little bit different. You know, we do have sometimes where the moons and the stars are tied into some fantasy books, but not that much. So I'm like, okay, we deep diving into her family lineage, possible celestial magic. I'm tuned in. No slavery, okay. But yeah. So essentially, I don't know if this is considered a spoiler, but there's no way for me to talk about this without telling y'all what the plot of the story is. So essentially, she sells this book to the Fae, who end up coming out to her city, specifically looking for different things. She sells this book to them, and then they end up coming back later requesting for the owner of the shop. She's not the owner of the shop, her aunt is, but she like she trying to help her people. So she like, maybe if I go out there, I can help my people. There's no way in hell my uncle will be able to run this shop without my aunt, so I don't want to sacrifice her. So she's like, oh, it's me, I'm the owner of the shop, whatever. They're looking for her because the book has some ties to something that they're looking for history wise, whatever. So she goes with them to like the Fae city where all the royals is at, and that's where things kick off. Like, that was the best part of the book. Like, when she traveled over there, she went to the castle. One of the dukes or whoever the hell he was, a Silent, whatever child, I don't even remember what the hell he was, but he was the one that was in charge of this. He basically told her, hey, in this castle we have this magical library that none of the Fae can get into. It has a ton of our history, it has everyone's history, but it's old, it's dusty, no one's touched it, and anytime we try to go near it, people either die or they just like get zapped or something, whatever. It's forbidden. So we figured, why not bring a human over here so they can try to get up in the library so we can see what's going on up in there. So they kind of strike a deal where she's basically essentially going to be the librarian to clean up the library and to find different scrolls and different books that may seem important and bring them back to him. But she also makes a deal with him to come and help her people, because there was like this big earthquake that happened right before she left, and the city's in shambles, even worse. So she's like, I'll help you if you go help my people, and you need to cut me a check. Which is like, I like her already. She said, you're not about to just be slaving me. I'm the only person working in the damn library, and you want to just have me up in there and give me like small coin? No, you need to run me a check and you need to go help my folks out. And they strike the deal. She goes in there, she starts helping, and just that whole setting of the castle and the library, and just like the way the books are described, the small hints of magic. She's like calling to books. There's a little fox that hangs out with her every once in a while. That was the cake. That was the cake. But then I looked at my plate and the cake was gone, because the second half of this book, there was a journey, essentially 2 journeys actually, which is another issue I had with this book. But there's a journey that happens where she I don't want to okay, I will say this. If you don't want to know anything else about this book and you are interested in this book and you don't want me to spoil any of the plots for you, I'm going to put up a little spoiler tag right here so you guys don't get spoiled and you can, you know, skip past this little description, because I don't want to give anything away if you're interested in this book, because this is this author's debut and anyone who's interested in this book should read it. I'm just saying I did not have a great time reading it, so I'm going to go into details about what my issues were. Okay, I'll put a little cute little sticker thing up here so y'all will know. Spoilers ahead. Get your ass on. Okay, bye bye. Okay, so my biggest issue with this book is the setting of the castle should have been the whole book. She should have never left that because she was living in, I think her city is called Dustling, whatever. It was very dusty. It was named Dusty, whatever the hell the name of the city was. She living over there, and she, you know, comes into contact with this magical book that's like showing her things and talking to her and all this stuff. And I thought that was fine. Like, and I low-key was saying in the last clip, she needed a magical creature. She needed the books to have a personality. She needed a magical creature. There needed to be some type of satire added to this book to make it a little bit humorous. Because, like, just a little, I'm not saying every fantasy book needs to have a comic relief, but it just needed something else. It was missing. And, you know, in walks the grimoire, which is very interesting. But the grimoire really only popped up whenever there needed to be a plot twist or something to happen, whatever. It really wasn't, like, just always, it was always there, but it didn't feel like it was always there, you know what I'm saying? So basically the grimoire showed her that her city's still in shambles. Basically the dude that she made the deal with, he folded on her. His ass did not send nobody over there to help her people. They actually look worse and people are dying. So she's like, oh hell no, I gotta go back over there and help my people. Girl, help them how? You don't have no money and you don't have no way to help them. So I don't know what the hell she thought she was gonna do, but the book was also calling her and telling her, like, hey, get me up out of the city and I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna show you magic. I'm gonna show you whatever, da da da. Which I will say that did happen. She was able to tap into her magic in some kind of ways and slowly learn things about her magic. It wasn't thoroughly explained, but the magic was happening. Okay, so she basically goes on this journey to go back to her city. And really, I think the only reason she went on this journey was to add another love interest. So she goes on this journey, and the bodyguard Asher, I really liked him, and I hate how they did his character in the end. I absolutely hated the ending. But her and Asher go on this journey. He basically brings her to like his friends like land in the forest, because they're like forest fae or whatever, so they're like halflings. So he brings her there, and they basically like kicking it. She getting lit in the forest, all this. I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? And then in walks this man, Finland. I think his name is Finland or something. I don't know, child. Something with an F. So he is introduced. Asher completely falls off the child. He ain't even in the whatever. They send his ass away. And it's basically just them two together. He's introduced. Really, this journey was just to add in this damn love interest. And then all of a sudden, something happens. Like, she's doing all this to get back to her city, right? Something happens. I can't remember what the hell happened, but oh, the guards are looking for her. Oh, the guards from the castle find out that she escaped, and they like, oh, you wanted to escape and you left with a book because you wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, now we're gonna go over there and start kidnapping your people and bringing them over to the castle. And she like, oh hell no, they don't snatch up my people. I gotta go back to the castle. So you mean to tell me you left the castle, risked everything to go back to your city, only to never get to your city? You in the forest getting lit with this young man here, just to turn your black ass around and go back to the castle. What was the point? I'm sorry, what was the point of that? What was the point of the journey? Like, she went on 2 journeys just to do a fucking 360. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe, like, when she said she needs to go back to the castle, I was like, this cannot be true. And then of course we get like 2 Disney character mustache twirling villain confessions, which pisses me off so bad, because fantasy authors and authors in general, no, fantasy authors specifically, need to stop with this confession. Ain't nobody gonna be a villain and be a bad guy, and when they asses get caught, then all of a sudden it's a Scooby-Doo moment. Like, I would have got away with it if it weren't for you kids. Let me tell you a whole story about why I'm doing this. Nobody is doing that. They not doing that. They would never get caught, and if they did get caught, they wouldn't tell you shit. They damn sure wouldn't be giving you a whole monologue about why they're doing this. There was 2 times that happened. And it could have been revealed by her seeing it. Like, she should have never left the castle. She should have stayed in the castle, and it should have been like an eerie feel. Like, the castle went from being magical to being eerie, and she starts seeing like sinister things, and then she like, maybe she like eavesdrops, or someone drops the ball and tell her what's going on by accident, or she sees some kind of weird, like 2 people talking that shouldn't be talking, or some weird little laboratory or something. It needs to be revealed through sight. I'm so sick of these mustache twirling villain confessions. Like, I get that this is YA, but actually no, I don't get that this is YA, because there was a whole spicy scene in here and she was swearing like a sailor. Like 30% into the book, I was like, oh, we going straight into like F-bomb, S-A-S, all everything. She was throwing every damn curse word possible. Like, we went from, oh, you're jesting, oh, like very fantasy lingo, to straight up dropping like the biggest swear words of all time. It was something to be had. Yeah, it didn't feel YA. It definitely felt new adult, but with a YA clumsiness and plot to it. Like, there are some YA books that eat down and you don't really have much critiques, but there is a specific formula to YA books, and it feels like clumsy. And you know, anytime you have a critique for it, author can fall back on saying, oh well, it's YA, that's why it's this, why that's why it's that. No, like, to me, YA, young adult. Okay, I know it's like a young adult, but how young are we talking? Because I feel like this is a new adult book. I don't know, I don't think YA books should have steamy scenes in it. Like, I'm all for sex positivity, but to me that's very odd, because YA could also have like preteens in it, you know, maybe they're not adults, but they would pick up those books because they don't want to read no children's books. They probably don't want to read middle grade. If they're more advanced, they're gonna pick up YA books, and you got her getting head in this book. That's crazy to me. That is insane. Yeah, I every time I think about this book and the way that it went from a possible 5-star to a 4 to a 3, it low-key made me want to give it a 2, but I can't. With this cover, I can't give it a 2. I don't have it in me. But it's more like a 2.75 than it is a 3. And my God, it was so stupid to me how she left the castle just to go find a new nigga in the woods and then turn around and go back to the castle in like a second. Like, it wasn't even. And then the big reveal at the end with Asher, it pissed me off so bad because it felt so out of character. It wasn't even hinted at a little bit, or him being like a little bit sinister and at all throughout the book. To me, some of the Islanders that was reading this, because we read this for my book club this month on Our Island on Fable. If you want to join us, you can. But some of the Islanders were saying they felt like he was sinister, or oh, he's too nice, or whatever. But that's just you not having trust in men, which I understand. You know, you should trust no man. But he didn't give me a sinister vibe. Like, he really was just being a nice person, and they had like really cute moments, and I liked him. I didn't understand why they made his whole character turn out to be a terrible person. Like, it just was so crazy. And of course he did the villain mustache twirl confession in the end. Oh, all along you trusted me, and all along, like, I just feel like this whole book was a whole bunch of nonsense. Like, after she left the castle, I should have stopped reading. But I didn't know she was gonna just turn back around. I thought she was gonna get to her city and something else was gonna happen. I didn't know she was gonna leave the castle just to turn her ass back around and go back. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I did not foresee that. But what a waste of my time. What a waste of my money. But I will not be getting rid of this book solely because of the cover. Like, this cover eats, and it needs to stay on my shelf. Same thing with Blood Like Magic. I hated that damn book, but I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it, and I can't get rid of this either. And you know what? This is this author's debut book, so I'm gonna give her a little bit of grace. And I will be picking up the second book because I'm hoping, you know, maybe she'll get more comfortable with her writing. A few critiques in them reviews will hopefully constructive criticism her ass into something better for the second book. Because, wow. 5-star covers, 3-star plots. I don't know what the hell that's about, but y'all gotta stop. Y'all put more time into making these covers look amazing than you do into the actual story. Because for me, I feel like if she stayed in the castle the whole time as things were slowly revealed to her, this book would have been so much better. I don't get why she needed to leave. And even if we wanted to introduce another main character, he could have been introduced in a different way. Like, he could have been introduced in a different way. Like, my God, to go from a possible 5-star to probably being on my worst books of the year is absolutely diabolical. Like, I did not see this coming. Like, I really thought this book was gonna be it, but I just felt myself rolling my eyes. I got so sick of her talking about Asher's pouty bottom lip. Baby, I don't give a hot damn. I don't care. Your ass should have never left that castle. And then how I was saying there should have been a magical creature the whole time. The fox could have been a little fluffy main character, like side character. You want to make it YA? How about we get a fluffy side character? Like, why is she getting head in the woods, bro? Like, what about this is YA? This is new adult. This is new adult with a clunky ass plot. That's what this is. I wish this author all the success, and I will be reading the second book because I'm hoping it gets better. But if it doesn't, I'm done. Okay? If she comes out with a second one, hey, I wish her all the coins in the world. I love to see the black girls eat. But this book was something. Like, one of the Islanders was saying, oh, the books always start off so strong and then just slowly deteriorates. It really does. it's like they just give up halfway through the book. Like, they just want to pull you in, and then after that, they just don't give a damn. They don't care what happens. So, there's that. Unfortunately, I don't think this video is ever going to end. The only book that I have faith in is the second Rage of Dragons book. And I stopped reading this to start this. Okay, nope, I'm gonna stop because I've said enough. I've said enough. But this is all I have. I don't have anything else in me. I don't know what else. I don't know any other book that I would trust to be 5 stars. At this point, I have been bamboozled by so many books in this video. Like, I could not be more frustrated. I don't know when this video is gonna see the light of day, but this is the next book. I hope it goes well, and I hope it ends this video because I've had quite enough. I mean, Amari and the Night Brothers being a flop for me, Lore of the Wilds being a flop, Half a Soul being a flop. Like, we just flip-flopping all through this video. There is just some flip-flops. That's all this is. Just flop after flop. So, I'm gonna go because I just got re-aggravated. Alright, so I will see you guys in the next clip, hopefully with better news. Okay? Bye-bye. Coming to y'all live, looking like a damn pirate. But y'all, I think we found our 5-star. And it is this guy right here. I knew I could trust Evan Winters because the first book, I believe I gave the first book 5 stars. But this, like, oh my god. Okay, so let me try to explain it without spoiling anything. Because this is the second book in the series. But this one, the series basically follows the main character. His name is Tao, and after this tragic incident that happened to him, he basically held on to that hate and anger and let it fuel him, and he became like this crazy, powerful, strong soldier. And he's just been like beating ass like this whole book, and this entire world is heavy in hierarchy. There's like nobles, there's lessers, there's graders, and they're all tied to their lineage, and like if they're royalty or if they're of noble blood or if they're of lesser blood or whatever. It's basically how they're seen or respected within this world. So he's a lesser, and I believe the lessers basically like can go to the military and become like the queen's army man, whatever. Like, it's basically heavy in military, heavy in politics, and he wants to become like the soldier, and he wants to be like the best he can be. But you know, it isn't one of them typical books where he like shows up and he's like this amazing powerful guy. He was getting his ass beat. Like, he was getting his ass beat that whole book, but he was so driven and he was so focused and he was so dedicated that he did not give up. He did so many questionable things that will make you as a reader pissed off because he's so stubborn. He doesn't listen. He puts so many people in danger, including himself, and it's just crazy. Like, it's so complex. The world is just so cool, and the writing is so impeccable. And there's also this alter universe that's like, it's not like Stranger Things, but think of like how Stranger Things has like the exact same world, but there's like monsters in the world. It's like I can't remember what it's called, the upside down world or something like that. So this world is like the underground, the underworld or whatever, and it's pretty much the exact same as the world that he's living in, but there's demons there, and the demons there can kill you, but if you die there, you won't die in real life. So he puts this, I don't know if I want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. He puts it in his head that to be the best soldier, he's gonna keep going there and he's gonna keep fighting, because if he can fight demons and he can get through all this, he can become the best soldier of all time. So it's like, he's literally dying. Like, and the thing is, you don't just die like in a game. You feel, however you die, you feel it. Like, you feel it in real life, but you just come back to like the regular world. So just that when that got introduced, I was like tuned in. I was already tuned in because I like Tao as a main character, and this is one of those books where if you don't like the main character, you're not gonna like the book, because he's very stubborn, he's very random, irresponsible, angry, vengeful. Like, if you don't like that and you don't like the decisions he makes, then you're not gonna like this book. And I would love to say there's character development, he grows as a person. No, he's even more pissed in the, the second book. Now he got even more reason to be mad. So, because like he's a soldier, he's seen his friends die, he's seen all these things happen. So yeah, he's even more mad. He's just a ball of anger. So if you don't like Tao, you're not gonna like this book. But I love Tao. I love Tao. I love this world. I love this setting. And I'm happy to be back. And this book is heavy in the demon world. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but this is heavy in the demon world. And it focuses on where he's at right now in life. And y'all, I've been listening to the audiobook because they have it on Spotify. And I've been eating this up. Like, I've been writing stuff, because I text myself, like, any notes that I have while I'm reading, like, an audiobook or whatever, I'll text myself. So I've been texting myself all these notes. And I think I'm going to have to hold off on the audiobook because I really want to read this physically. Because there's so many notes that I will be putting in here. So I want to go back, add all the notes in that I text myself today, and then I'll probably keep listening to the audiobook but reading along so that I can write down the notes, annotate it as I listen, because it's just really good. Like, it is, and I haven't got the 5-star tingles, but this is just a book that is not like 5-star tingles, but it's like 5-star excitement, where it's kind of like, it feels like you're watching a movie. The world is so vivid. All the characters are so well described. They're so complex. Like, it's just, I don't get the 5-star tingles with this, but I get the 5-star excitement where I'm just like losing my mind listening to this. Like, I literally was like screaming out loud at work. Like, are you fucking... There was so much stuff happening where I just was like, bro, like, it just was crazy. And then as I'm reading this, because I picked it back up today because I had to finish up the 24-hour readathon that I just recently did, which y'all should see that by now. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it up above so you can watch it. But I had to finish that up. I didn't want to be in the middle of too many books. Yeah, I picked this back up today, and Evan Winters announced that he's gonna have special editions of this series, and I might need that. I might need that. I really hope that his book comes out in the next year. I was hoping that it will come out this year, but he was saying he still needs time with it. So I'm a little bit sad about that, but I'm hoping that it comes out within the next year since I'm reading it now. But y'all, this book is so damn good. Like, it's just the writing is so good. Like, what did he say? He said something. Let me find it. I put it in my text. Hold on. I think it was past this. That's why I'm saying I don't want to keep reading it on the audiobook, because the audiobook actually is pretty good, but it's so much stuff that I'm just like, bro, these lines, like, he's eating with these lines. It's somewhere right here, bro. I don't even know. I know one of the quotes that I put in was when he was like fighting and he said, take a deep breath, it'll be your last one. Like, he don't play, he gets down. Like, he don't play, he gets down. When they're fighting, it's like the fight scenes are so well described. It's just like you can see it in your heads. Like, I usually don't like too much action in books, but like this, like these fight scenes, I love fight scenes, but like I don't like action-y stuff. Like, what's that book I read? That's an example of like something I don't like. Where is it? This one was like action-y, but not how I like it. This is like action, like fighting. So like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when it's too action, I don't know how to explain it, but this was the type of action in books I don't like. Like, I did not like that. But this has like a lot of fighting scenes and like one-liners, and just basically just following like these group of characters that are just coming together to fight for a better world. And it has one of my favorite tropes where it's like young royalty. It's like young royalty fighting for a better world. Like, that's one of my favorite tropes, where they're trying to like redo the corruption of the world. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, I'm loving it. So I think I'm gonna hold off on the audiobook, and I'm probably a Sunday, well, I'm gonna be hanging out with my boyfriend Sunday, but probably like any chance that I get, I'll probably try to update and annotate as best that I can and like read it physically while listening to the audiobook, because I am enjoying the audiobook, but I don't want to miss any more quotes. So we might be ending this video finally. I feel like this is what, like, the how many books did we read? I know I read, what was it? Amari and the Night Brothers, Half a Soul, Lore of the Wilds. I think this is the 4th book. So this is either the 4th or the 5th book, because I swear I'm forgetting one. But I hope we're ending this video because I don't have any more in me. I really, really don't. So, having a great time. I'll keep you guys updated, let you know how it goes and stuff like that. But, yeah, okay. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Y'all, when will this video end? Because we're on, what book is this? Full? We did Amari and the Night Brothers, Half a Soul, Lore of the Wilds, and now we're on The Fires of Vengeance. And I'm really, 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 really enjoying this. I love being back in this world. I love being back with Tao. We're getting more of a background story of the history of this world and how it came to be, which I'm having a great time reading about. But it's given 4-star. It's given 4.5. And something crazy as it's really giving 4-star, but the scene that I just read, I have like 4 hours left in this audiobook. The scene that I just read, I might have to bump it up 1/2 star because that whole scene was crazy as hell. And I can see why people are wanting to rip their hair out waiting for the 3rd book. But and happier news, he just announced that he's doing a special edition of The Rage of Dragons, and you know your girl had to pledge. I guess it's like some type of Kickstarter thing. I don't know anything about Kickstarter. I know that Brandon Sanderson did Kickstarter for his book, his series, The Trash and all this, whatever. I don't know what the hell that's about. I think you just pledge, and then once they hit certain milestones, more information is released, and then they end up having a release date. And I think the goal was like 10,000, and I think he's at like 30,000. Last time I checked, he was at 30K. So he's clearly surpassed his Kickstarter goal. So them books is getting released, and they kind of give me like very much like boy vibes. Like if a boy made a special edition of a book, it gives me very much boy vibes. Like it has like comic book illustrations and like this, just the cover, it gives me very much boy vibes. Like it just gives me, if a boy was an author and he made this book, this is what he would do. But you know what, your girl's picking it up. And the scene that I just read, like I was at work looking at the wire. I'm a wirer. If you don't know, I'm a wiring tech. So I'm just sitting there in that box after the slaughtering scene that I read, and one of my coworkers started calling me, and I just looked at him, and it was him and another one of my coworkers, and she was like, "You're so not approachable." I was just like, I can't even explain to y'all like what just happened in this book. Like, and I want to tell y'all what happened, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't read this book because I really want y'all to read this. But the scene that just happened was so devastating, and it was so epic, and it was so iconic, but it's for the other party. And it kind of is like I'm going to use a word that I probably don't even know if it's right. Kind of was like a juxtaposition where it's like this man is doing all of this because of how you did his father. And you're trying to prove yourself as a soldier, as this amazing person, because of how they did your father. So it's kind of just like, it's crazy to see the tables turn on my boy Tao. But seeing that boy up to 5 for his dad, it was crazy to me. And someone trying to get my attention during that scene, I wanted to scream. Like, I literally just looked at them. I gave them the death stare, and they left me the hell alone so I could finish the chapter. And then I went to them and helped them with what they needed help with. But I'm like, people that aren't readers don't get it. Like, my world stopped when this shit happened to Tao. Like, my heart was breaking, my world stopped, and I just was sitting there like, there was a character in this book that saw everything happen, and they burned their eyes after they saw everything that happened, so it was the last thing they ever saw. Can you, like, burning someone's eyes after something like that, just so it's the last thing they ever visibly see, is crazy as hell. Like, I was sitting there stuck Like, this is given 4.5, but I haven't got 5-star tingles. I don't really get 5-star tingles with this book. It just floors me how much I love it, how much I love the characters, how epic and cool and amazing it is. But I didn't get 5-star tingles with the first book. I just was flying through it, super excited, loving every second of it, but I didn't get 5-star tingles, but it was a 5-star book. Like, you know how sometimes those books give you that tingling feeling, but then some of them you're just like flying through it, loving it. You have to rate it 5 stars. It's one of the two. So for this series, it was just like I was flying through it, loving it. I just needed to give it 5 stars. Like, there was no other option. So right now this is given 4.5, and I think I'm going to do something that I'm probably going to regret. I'm going to add another book to the TBR. Yes! We are going on book number 5 for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know how long this video is going to be. We're going to have so much footage from this, and I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I want to apologize in advance. But this book right now, this book is giving me 4.5. It's giving me 4.5, and we're on the cusp, but I'm not going to fake the funk and make it 5 stars just to end this video. So we're about to start a video for my book club on Fable. Which, if you don't know, I have a book club on Fable called Our Island, where we read books every month. And this month, we're trying to decide what we're going to read. I really wanted to read The Poisons We Drink, but they have been hoeing this author. Like, let me tell y'all the tea. They have been hoeing this author. This is the 5th time that her publishing date has gotten pushed back. Like, and they pushed her publishing date back to May. And her release date is the same day as one of the most anticipated books in the black book community, which is Blood at the Root. Like, why the hell would y'all push back her book 5 times, and then the final one you push out is the same day as Blood at the Root? Like, to me, that's crazy as hell. Like, her book was supposed to come out in August, and everybody was like, oh yeah, okay, August of last year. Oh yeah, okay, fall vibes, spooky witch, black vibes, okay, cool. And then it was supposed to come out in February. Okay, black author, love potions, you know, Black History Month, we in the month of love, cool. Then they pushed it back to March with no notes. Then they pushed it to April. No notes. And then, as she's on tour for this book, she's on tour trying to promote her book, and they push back her release date to May. And people were trying to contact her like, oh, how do I get a copy of the book? They've pushed back the release date from April to May. What do we do? Like, and she's under contract. There's a booktuber by the name of, I think it's WOC Reader. But I follow her page, and she talked a lot about this in depth. And because I was so confused, I was like, why the hell does it keep getting pushed back? I really wanted to read that because a love potion, illegal love potions, witchy vibes, and the cover is iconic. She got pink hair. So it's not much. It don't take much to make me happy. So I'm like, hey, let's put that on the list. But they pushed it back again. So I had to change the poll on my book club. And I think it's between, like, I don't remember what the 4th one is. But by now, the poll should be decided because it's only for, like, I think 3 days, and it's been up for a little bit, so I need to check and see what we decided on. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, the poll is closed. So let me see what the books were. So Let Them Burn, Faybound, Fate Inked in Blood, and Bride. And Faybound won. And Faybound is a book that I am anticipating, but I'm not highly anticipating. And so far, every book in this video that I have highly anticipated has let me down drastically on my neck. I'm talking broken neck vibes. So I think it's time to add a book that I have no expectations for. This book I am anticipating. It is on my TBR, but I have no expectations. And I love when a book that I have no expectation for shocks the shit out of me. So I'm adding this to this video because all I know is Black Fae, and when I checked the author for this book, it's the same author that wrote Final Strife, and I really enjoyed Final Strife. So I'm like, I feel like she will do this book justice, and I feel like she's gonna make it gay. So the girls are gonna bring me home. In my head, the girls are gonna bring me home. I'm almost done with The Fire of Vengeance, but it's given 4.5, and we need a 5-star. And when I look back at my reading challenge for this year, I have not had a 5-star yet. We're going into April. I'm on my fourth month of the year. we're getting to the 4th month of the year and I have not had a 5-star book yet. I feel like I've been edged for the past 3 months because I keep running into these 4-star books, 3-star books. I'm tired. I'm tired. I want this video to end so it's not 3 hours long. I have no idea how long it is right now. I could not tell you. But we're gonna wrap this up one way or the other. Okay, so we're gonna add Faybound to the TBR. We're gonna be reading 2 books at a time. I checked Spotify and they have the audiobook for this, so I'm going to start that. And I'm just hoping and praying and wishing and dreaming that this book is gonna bring us home, because I don't have any more in me. I don't have any more in me, and I'm starting to question if I even know how to pick what I think would be 5 stars, because they have all, I think the covers are starting to get me. The covers have got me a few times, and the hype around books that I feel like have hit words that I would really enjoy, and the covers have really been dragging me to the dirt, and I'm not gonna let it get me anymore. I have no expectations for this book. All I know is there's Black Fae. I trust this author, and I think she's gonna make it gay. That's it. That's what we're riding on right now, and I'm really hoping this video ends so I can get it up for you guys, but who the hell knows what's gonna happen. Okay, so that's all I gotta say to y'all. I just got my Arizona from the gas station. Mango supremacy. No, watermelon really is my favorite, but mango the one I always grab, but watermelon is my favorite. Tell me your favorite Arizona. Watermelon is my favorite. Mango, strawberry, and fruit punch. Those are like top 4. So got that. I'm just gonna relax, start this audiobook, and just chill. Okay, I will see you guys in the next clip. All right, bye. I am here and happy to announce I think we have our 5-star. It only took what, 5 books? I'm still not done with The Fire of Vengeance, but it's still feeling like a full 4.5. It's not feeling like a 5-star for me yet. But Faybound, the way I'm gonna finish that book in 2 days, I'm still shocked. Like, I'm still baffled by how much I'm loving this book. So I'm listening to this on audiobook, I'm listening to it on Spotify, and it's basically following this main character who is, I believe she's an elf, and there's 3 different types of people in this world. There's elves, there's fae, and there's human, and there's like this whole mythological reason for where they came from and how their life started and all this stuff. It is the perfect formula for a book that I would love, okay? Because we have siblings that ride or die for each other. We have all different types of fae and fairy or whatever, but I love when books have myths included, and like how the gods created them. I love when books have that, and a touch of history, but not too much in this one. And there's magic, and there was a familiar introduced, and her name is Pila. And you know what? I think the second that Pila got on page, I knew it was gonna be 5 stars, because she said, "Hi, I'm Pila." I said, oh, this is 5 stars. Like, this is 5 stars. It seems as though the book community is divided on this one, but not I. Okay, I know where my opinion lays. The only thing it's nothing that I'm not enjoying about it. Well, the only gripe that I have is, like, these characters are supposed to be like 32 and 28 or something like that. They're supposed to be older characters. They really feel like 18, and maybe tops, oldest they could be is like 22. Like, they don't feel like older characters. Their age isn't hinted at or anything. So other than that, I'm having a great time. It's basically following this main character. Her name is Jern, and she spent her whole life being like, wanted to be this military commander, blah blah whatever. Her first day on the job, she messes it up. She goes on a mission, half her people are slaughtered, and her partner, who is also like, I think she's like the general or something like that, she's in charge of this whole structure. So we love a women owned, like, we love a matriarchy. Like, this is given very much matriarchy, and her partner is just like not going for it. And obviously, I don't know, I feel like her partner went a little bit too hard on her. I was very shocked at how she did her, and now she's kind of like not able to go back to her home, like where she's from, and her sister is not going for it. Her younger sister is like, excuse me, you're taking my sister where? I don't think so. So it's like a whole journey of her finding her sister, getting her, and they end up in this land where the Fae are, and Fae are supposed to be banished. This camera need to focus because I get so tired of this. Hello, I'm right here, thank you. Okay, so yeah, they end up in this land where there's Fae, and just all of the magic and history and stuff just slowly gets unfolded, and there's familiars that are tied to the Faes. Like once they come into their power, they have a familiar attachment, and the familiars have personalities, which I love, and have a voice. So the main character, well, I can't tell you, but the main character, she finds out more. Some of the history is not adding up. There's a lot of confusion. They're just finding out more and more and more about the past and like where they came from and whatever. It's great. For me, it's eating. I'm having a great time. I'm very much intrigued. It's very fast paced. They're constantly in danger. Something's always going wrong. And there's this other main character. Her name is Fury. She like the boss bitch. She like the princess of the Fae, and she hates urine. Like she really hates this girl. So they're like rivals, but we got some sapphic stuff going on. And in my head, Fury is black in my head. Like maybe like a Tanner girl, you know what I'm saying, the country black singer, or like Crystal Westbrook's. Like she could be light skinned, but she giving me very much Redbone vibes. But I saw some of the art and she looked white, but to me in my head she looked black. But I'm having a great time. I'm loving all the characters. I'm loving Ryan. Is it Ryan? I think it's like Ryan, but it's like stretched out. Ryan, whatever, child. I'm loving him. I'm loving all the familiars. I'm loving the Fae world. I'm loving the enemies. Like I'm losing my mind. I literally was screaming about this book on Instagram, and I was like, where are the TikToks that are like, you know what I'm saying, where are the TikTok aesthetic girls at? Because I need this as a little TikTok video. I need this as a Pinterest board. I need every special edition there is available. Like I was hungry like that, and I was just raving to my boyfriend about how much I love this book, and I just wanted to get to the end because I'm like, this is 5 stars. Like, you know how you already know it's 5 stars and you're just like, okay, like let's get to the end. I'm gonna finish this book, give it 5 stars, and it's just so ended up finishing the book. It ended up being 5 stars, and I'm just like so surprised that I finished this book in 2 days. Like I literally finished the book in 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. Like obviously it's an audiobook, but I couldn't stop listening. Like I literally couldn't stop. The only thing I don't really like is the main character's name. Her name is Urine, and it sounds like urine to me. That's the only issue I have with this book. Other than that, I love everything about it. A lot of people seem to not enjoyed it, and I don't know how or why, but it is a perfect formula for me. When it comes to like books that I end up loving, I'm a very simple girl. Like very simple. Like the books that I've given 5 stars, it has to have those specific je ne sais quoi, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have them special little bangers, and this has everything in it. Like the world is so well described. It's giving me Avatar vibes because the Fae's magic is all linked to the land, and like when people come into the hierarchy of royalty, it's all linked to the land, and the world grows and flourishes through that. And it just gives me like the Avatar vibes, where there's like a tree in the middle and they all like talk to the tree or whatever, they're all connected to the tree. I love it. Like we have nature, we have Fae, we have black main characters, we have siblings, we have two fiery main characters. They're both older. We have a cool magic system, amazing descriptions, familiars that have personalities. Like this is a banger for me because these are all some of my favorite plots, and it's so well done. And I was losing my mind texting my boyfriend about this damn book, and he ended up buying me the special edition of Faebound that I found, because some of the special editions I found, they were okay, but I didn't really like them like that. But then I found one that was pink, and y'all, I love it. It's so beautiful, but I think I need to get like a regular copy too, because I want to go through it again and annotate it, because it's a new fave. it's a new fave, and I'm so happy that this video is over. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be, but it's been long enough, and I'm ready for it to close. I was gonna drag it until the special edition gets here so you guys can see it, but I'll just save it for a book haul. I actually have a book haul coming up soon because your girl has accumulated a lot of books over the past few months, like a lot. So come like end of May, there will be a book haul coming because I have a few more books that I want to buy before I do this book haul, but it's gonna be a little hectic because I've been accumulating books for the past few months. But I'm happy because we can finally say that this video is over. I can finally say I found my 5-star. I don't even know how long it's been since I found a 5-star, but this video has been a long time coming. I'm going to finish the Fires of Vengeance because that's also a part of the TBR in this video, but I only have like 80 pages left, so I'll be able to finish that before this video goes up, and then I will come back to you guys and close the vlog. But technically the video is done because I've already found my 5-star, but I have 80 pages left in the Fires of Vengeance, so I need to just finish that, and I'll come back, tell y'all what the rating is for that, and then I'll close the vlog. But technically we found our 5-star, and I couldn't be happier. Like, I'm still updating my notes on Fable on the book club because this was a book club book. I'm still updating my notes on there. Like, I usually text all the notes to myself, especially when I'm listening to an audiobook. So I've slowly been adding my notes from the chapters into the app. But baby, I finished that book in 2 days. 2 days. Like, I was playing no games, and I'm just happy that I have a special edition coming. I'm happy I have a new favorite book, and I'm just live, laugh, loving. And I'm so sorry this video is so long. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but I'll come back and close it once I finish the Fires of Vengeance. So I will see you guys in the next clip. All right, bye. Okay, clearly I just washed clothes, so you could see my clothes hanging in the background. Who gives a shit? I'm here because I made the executive decision to be a responsible adult. I could have stayed up for an hour and finished this book right here. I have less than 50 pages left, and I know it probably would take me like an hour because I'm a slower reader, but I had just got done cooking and I had 2 sinks of dishes, and usually when I cook, my boyfriend washes the dishes for me, but he's away for work, so I had to wash them myself. I was like, I can either wash these tomorrow and finish the book, or I can wash these now and stay up late and read the book, or I can wash these now and finish the book tomorrow. And I went with the third option, which was wash the dishes and finish the book tomorrow, because I knew if I didn't wash the dishes tonight, I would have been pissed tomorrow because Monday and Tuesday are my off days in the gym, and I knew if I came home to those beautiful 3-4 hours of freedom I had after work and I saw those dishes, I would be pissed at myself. So I washed the dishes because or if I stayed up and washed the dishes and then turned around and stayed up and read the book. The way that this book is going right now, there's currently 2 characters that are about to have like a battle. Well, not like a battle, but like a one-on-one fight. And I'm at the chapter right before they fight, and I just know it's about to be crazy. Like, everything that happened before that has already been crazy, and I think it's just going to be crazier. And I know once I finished, I'm probably just going to be sitting there stuck, just like, wow, because I don't even know when the 3rd book is coming out. I tried to wait to read this until we got a 3rd book announcement. It was supposed to come out last year. We're almost halfway through. Well, we're not halfway through, but we're 4 months into the following year. It was supposed to come out, and we still have no word. But we have a special edition of the 1st book. But yeah, I just know after I finish the book, I'm gonna be stuck. So I don't even want to do that to myself. I don't want to stay up late, and I also don't want to have my mind spinning right before I go to bed. So I'm like, you know what? I wash the dishes, and tomorrow I will finish this book. I really want to read. I hate being an adult. I hate being an adult because it's like I'm trying to be responsible, and I'm also trying to make sure I get enough sleep. But bro, I really just want to stay up and read. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to read. Like, I don't want to wash dishes. I didn't want to I really hate being an adult. It's like you just spend your whole day doing stuff you don't want to do. And then the small amount of time you have left to like do stuff you want to do, it just feels like you're rushing. It's okay. I will say that I'm happy that I made the responsible decision to wash them damn dishes, because anytime you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, you're not gonna do it tomorrow. But I know when I walk in tomorrow and that kitchen is clean and all my food is cooked, I will be happy. I may be a little annoyed right now because I really want to throw a tantrum because I wanted to read my book, but I know tomorrow when I come in and I see that the kitchen is clean, my food is cooked, and I can just spend the afternoon finishing this book and give myself a second to digest everything that happened, I will be happy. So it's all good, but I just want to tell you guys that. So tomorrow we're gonna finish this book. We already have our 5-star, but tomorrow I'm gonna finish this book because I didn't want to. I have 50 pages left. Like I mean, obviously the video is supposed to end when I get my 5-star, but it's like I have 50 pages left, and who knows, within those 50 pages this could end up also being a 5-star. Could you imagine, like, me being so frustrated with the other books I read and I end up getting 2 5-stars? But it's still leaning on a 4.5. like, it's just crazy. Like, these fighting scenes, can't nobody do a fighting scene like this man right here, Evan Winters. Can't nobody do a fighting scene like this man, because the descriptions, the beat downs, you can feel the anger from these characters. Like, anytime something happens that causes them despair or anger or frustration, you can feel it riveting off of the characters, or like anything, you can feel it off of the characters. But Tao is the main character, and he is the head honcho for anger and vengeance and not knowing when to let go and being hard-headed. And sometimes, especially in this book, he's learned that sometimes like, I get why he did certain things in this book, but it could have been prevented if he didn't do what he did. Like, I knew he did it because he was trying to stop someone from coming after him, but it really cost him in this book. Like, you really got to see what being a hard-headed, spiteful, angry person does to you in this book. Like, this book, who knows? I want to finish the 50 pages because it's like, what if this ends up being a 5-star? I still feel like it's going to be a 4.5, but this battle scene and Tao and his little one-liners, they gonna do it for me every time. Like, I don't remember what the last one-liner he said was. I think I underlined it. Oh, here go one. He said, someone said to him, Tao, we're better than this. And he said, I am this. And then the next page, his rival said, is this an indication of how life will be? And he said, leave those worries for the living. Like, I will be killing you, so fear not. Don't worry about what the world's gonna be like after. Don't worry, because you will be dying shortly. Like, that's not something you need to concern yourself with. Like, I just love Tao. But in this book, he made some decisions. I just was like, man, he's gonna regret that. And I did not know it was gonna go to that level, but wow, like, damn. But let me go to sleep because it's late and I have to wake up early. So I will see you guys in the next clip, and we'll be finishing this book tomorrow. I know this video is gonna be so damn long. Like, how many books did I read? 5, 6, whatever. This video is gonna be so long, and I apologize in advance, but y'all seem to like longer videos anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, bye. Okay, y'all, I'm almost done with the Fire of Vengeance, but I want to film the ending just in case something happens, and then I can close the video. So I guess this will be like a live update if this camera wants to focus today. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna need him to come out with that 3rd book. I'm gonna need that 3rd book. I'm gonna need that 3rd book, because that ending Is this about to be a 5-star? Now I'm about to have 2 5-stars in this video. This feels like a 5. This feels like there was so many fighting scenes. There was Tao. I don't think Tao will ever have any character development other than being more crazy. I don't think he's ever gonna have any type of character development. But the fighting scenes, the quotes, the underlying possible romance, the people that died, like, I think this is a 5. I think this is a 5. It's just such a good book. Like, I didn't get 5-star tingles, and I was still flying through it and really enjoying it, and I feel like it's a 5. I feel like a 4.5. I feel like a full star is too low. I think it's a 5. I think this is a 5. I'm about to have 2 5-stars in this video. This is crazy as hell. I think this is a 5. Like, I think this is a 5, y'all. I can't give it a 4, can't give it a 4.5. It's a 5. And I'm so annoyed because if we have no idea when that 3rd book is coming out. It was supposed to come out last year. Now we're damn near halfway through this year and still no word. I hope it at least comes out this year. Can it come out this year, please? I can't give it anything else. My brain is just reeling right now. I still need to tab the first, because I read this much physically and I read this much on audiobook. I ran out of audiobook hours because I listened to Faybound, so I had only listened to this much on audio and the rest of it I tabbed. So I still have to go through this and tab this, but this is a 5. I cannot give it, I simply, it was too well crafted. Them last, like, once the twins faced off, it just gave me 5-star vibes, like, immediately. I was supposed to end this video when I got a 5-star, but I had less than 100 pages in the book, so I was just like, there's no way I can stop. And so much happened where it was like, when I was reading, I was like, this will either solidify my 4.5 or it'll end up being a 5-star. And this is a 5. This is a 5. Like, I physically cannot give this anything less than a 5-star. Like, the fact that I ended up with 2 5-stars in this video is crazy as hell. Like, you know how you have a book that just have you stuck right now? I don't even want to talk. Like, this book, my brain, this book has my brain stuck. Like, this book really has my brain stuck. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. And I just remembered I had started another book for this video. I'm trying to see where it is. This was another 5-star prediction that I had started and I literally just stopped. I got to page 40 and then I just stopped and I completely forgot I had added this to the TBR. But we have 2 5-stars. What a turn of events. Like, I had so many books back to back that were disappointing me. Kicking it off with Amari and the Night brothers aggravated me. I would have never thought that would happen. But ending it with 2 5-stars. 2 5-stars, but no publication date for the next book. A 5-star, but no publication for the next book. My brain. I'm really stuck. I need to just sit and just think about all the events that just happened in this book. So much happened. So much happened. This is not a book where it's like 500 pages and you're like, why the hell is this book so long? So much happened in these 504 pages. Like, at no point was it slow. At no point was I like, damn, what is the point of this chapter? At no point. Like, Evan Winter. The black in me want to put an S at the end of his name, but there's no S there. Evan Winter. Evan Winter. Like, when are you putting out the 3rd book? Because there's no way. That ending. So much happened. So much happened in this book. I'm losing my mind. Like, my brain, I'm just thinking about everything that happened in the last 100, even the last 100 pages. I'm unsettled. Like, I'm unsettled. I don't even know what to say. But I need to close this video. I apologize that I paused for now. I'm not going to say DNF. I just didn't feel like it made sense for me to... I just couldn't do another like 3-star. And I've never read anything by this author. I had no reason to think that this would be a 5-star other than the cover and the uniqueness of the story. So I just stopped. But ending up with 2 5-stars is crazy as hell. Like, wow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I need to go because my brain is still... it's not working right now. It's not working. And I need a second here. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I ended up with 2 5-stars. Like, what a time to be had. That's what happens when you be in the middle of reading multiple books. I was literally like almost done with The Fire of Vengeance, and then I ended up finishing Faybound in like 2 days. I'm always reading like 5 books at a time. Right now I think I'm reading, well, since I was done, I'm reading like 3 books right now. So I'm not surprised I ended up with 2 5-stars, but my god, what a change of events. I'm so glad this video is over though. I don't even know how long this is gonna be. If it ends up being 3 hours, I apologize, because I've been doing this video for months. Okay? But I need to go. My brain. Okay. Yeah, I need to go. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do apologize if it's super long, but we ended up with 2 5-stars. Hopefully you had a good time watching this. Hopefully you have found your 5-star reads of the year and you have a successful reading month. April has been that girl as far as reading months go. We have 2 5-stars. What more could I ask for? You know, what more could I ask for? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave this emoji right here in the comment section below so I know you made it to the end. And always remember, read a book, keep your life interested, and I will see you next time. Alright? Bye, y'all. Just bye.